Welcome to my unboxing and first look at a video card that is a compelling value. So I'm not even going to tell you guys what it is, although if you want to cheat you could always look at the title of the video, which you've probably already done because there's not a whole lot of point watching a video unless you've already watched the title to find out if you're interested in it or not. Although you could tell that to all the people who watch the videos that I do about Apple stuff and then come in to dislike my video and make negative comments about Apple and people who use iPhones and Linus. But whatever, I'm not sad or depressed because today we are not talking about Apple, we are talking about a pretty sweet graphics card from XFX. This is, like I said before, one of the best values out there. It is the Radeon HD 7850, and this particular one has a few things that are special about it. It has 2 gigs of RAM, which is, okay, not that special, not that abnormal. It also has their DD cooler, which is to say that it has 2 fans for double the dissipation of 1 fan. Okay, so it doesn't quite work out to half the temperatures, but you will get significantly better temperatures, and we've seen this time and time again versus a reference cooler. So I know I'm unboxing this really quickly, but I actually just want to kind of have everything in front of me before I start to talk about it too much. Okay. In terms of included accessories, XFX gives you a crossfire bridge. That's your standard length crossfire bridge. If you need a bigger one, it should come with your motherboard. They give you a door hanger that says, "Do not disturb, I am gaming." So like, screw off. Oh no, it doesn't say that. Never mind. No, it's just a picture of like army dudes. Okay, on the back, they've got their part number, their serial number, as well as your personal activation code, which is really cool because they give you this convenient, neat piece of swag to keep all the information that you need on in case you need to contact their customer service, which is handy because the last thing you want to do when you're like diagnosing something is like stick your head inside your computer and try to read the serial number off the very bottom of the PCI Express slot. So that's a much more convenient way to do that. Pro Series power supply. So they've got some other products from XFX that you might want to check out, including their adapters and connectors and whatnots. Hardware limited warranty. Okay. Region specific, so you want to check online for the details. However, XFX has one of the best reputations in the biz, in the entire graphics card business when it comes to warranty and customer support. Once again, this is something that I've seen time and time again, countless testimonials for XFX and the way that they do business. So there you go. There's the sexy graphics card with their ghost cooler, and let's finish off seeing what XFX has to say for themselves about it. More memory for high resolutions, right. This is good. Compared to other cards in this price range, the 7850 has lots of memory. Why is that important? Someone messaged me on YouTube not that long ago asking if I could do benchmarks of a GTX 550 Ti in surround gaming mode. I said, no, I'm not going to bother because the performance is going to be horrible because it doesn't have enough memory, and honestly the GPU doesn't really have the horses either. He messages me back a little while later. He says, oh, well, I bought it and I benchmarked it, and just so you know, the performance is really horrible. And I'm like, I know. Yes, it is. You need a more powerful graphics card. You need more memory if you want to run high resolutions. So there you go. More details and better gaming. Yes, all of this is true. Ghost Thermal maximizes airflow for exceptional venting throughout the card. Well, let's have a look at that when we check out the cooler. Key features. Wow. That's no way. Mosquito noise reduction. Do they mean like coil line? Do you think that's what they mean? I mean, I can tell you guys now that I've had pretty bad experiences overall with reference cards on the AMD side for coil whine. That is that noise that can come out of the back of the card when you play a game. So you know what we're going to do? Before we finish this unboxing, we're going to go plug this into something and let you guys know if this card whines. So you guys will know for sure. Multi-monitor difference. Yes, all of this is true. AMD does have the best multi-monitor support when it comes to managing your desktops as well as configuring it, bar none. Okay, next generation architecture. So this is, this is using their new 28 nanometer family of processors. So yes, they're fast. Yes, they run cool. They're also fully capable of running 4K displays, which is awesome. And I personally am looking forward to 4K displays in a huge way. This is interesting. So they are calling their professional grade components Duratec, which basically means solid caps, ferrite core chokes, XFX bracket design, and a dust-free IP5X fan. Neat, check that out. So they actually have a blocker in there. So remember guys, dust-free doesn't necessarily mean that you're not going to get like dust and like gunk build up on your fan, but what it means is the fan itself is sealed so you won't get dust inside it, causing it to not work anymore, which is way more important actually. Alright, so the ghost cooler. The idea of this is that they are throwing heat basically all over the card, all over every part of it, making sure that the entire card is adequately cooled, because it's really easy to build a cooler that cools the GPU core itself really well, but might not actually provide adequate cooling to other things that can cause instability when overclocking as well. So you can see they've got a unisync across almost the entire bottom of the card, covering things like the RAM, the VRMs. There you see it going all the way to the back of the card, and that is what's going to spread the heat around and make sure that it can be adequately cooled by these two double D fans that are on the top of the card, well, rather on the bottom of the card, blowing up. We also see that they've got, is that really 4 heat pipes? They claim 4 heat pipes, but I don't see them. Oh wow, they've got a really, really tight stack there of 4 heat pipes that go right directly over the core and carry the heat as far away as, this one over here, goes all the way over here. So you can see that the way XFX has laid out the heat pipes, they are distributing them as evenly as possible, except where it's totally unnecessary. So right directly over the core, there aren't really any heat pipes going there because they're getting incidental airflow from both sides from these fans, and heat will be transmitted directly up the aluminum fins from the core itself and then dissipated away by these fans. So the heat pipes are carrying heat here, 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 and here, where it will then be sort of blown all out the bottom. What's cool about this open bottom on the card is that it actually keeps the motherboard components from getting too hot. Hot running graphics cards can easily transmit heat even through conduction to your motherboard because they are physically connected. So the motherboard right under the graphics card can often run extremely hot, which can be stressful on the components. If you have a video card that is actively cooling the motherboard from the fans all the time, then that's better. So there you go, you have that. Now, the disadvantage of a heatsink design like this is that it doesn't exhaust all the air out the back, which can be good for cases that have poor airflow. However, if you have a case that has good airflow, this will definitely give you better temperatures and better overclocking than a reference design cooler. On the back, we find 2 mini display ports, an HDMI, as well as 2 DVI ports. And we've also got, there's their XFX bracket giving you, I guess, a little bit more airflow than just the standard slit design, but not a ton of air is going to be going out the back of the case with a design like this anyway. This is a PCI Express 3.0 graphics card. It also supports Crossfire, so you can see we've got 1 Crossfire finger on the back. It is a power efficient card, whether it's at idle or under gaming load. However, you still do need 2 PCIe 6-pin power connectors. And like almost every XFX card I've ever seen, it has a matte black PCB. They were the ones who started this before the others, and so they get credit for making like the best possible PCB configuration because matte black is awesome and every PCB should be matte black. On the top we've got their branding elements, so XFX R7850 with Ghost Thermal technology and their double D cooler. They've also got, you know, more shiny XFX-ness going on. XFX really does build beautiful cards, and I mean, so they should. They've been doing this for a while. I think that pretty much wraps it up. So it supports up to 4 displays, up to 4K high-resolution displays, and it has the power, gusto, and gaming horses to actually drive them. Remember guys, not only surround gaming requires lots of memory, high resolution also requires more memory. So if you want to get a value card that's still going to at least be able to run it and not run out of memory at high res, you will need something with at least 2 gigs. Something like this is probably a good bet. Don't forget to subscribe to Linus Tech Tips for more unboxings, reviews, and other computer videos.